Lady is about 200 pounds.
Jenkins, wasn't it, Harold?
Yes.
Jenkins, yeah.
Well, she was a big heavy set and he was pushing her and getting her on the inside.
And all those kids were
Good thing
standing
you
on the
can
other
have
side
it
of the bank over there just in time to laugh. And there's Dad down there trying to push her. He had a long black coat on and he's pushing her up the canal bank. There was no water in the
At times, they
canal.
didn't have water in the canal, but then they let it out, let it in there. So I just
Nowadays,
wanted
you can't even find that.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's all, like, when we were down there, Tommy had it all shoved in with dirt.
There's a lot of houses still there.
One where we lived in town.
Yeah.
Lady, huh?
Now, I want you to know, but I've been very proud of you, my sister-in-law. We've been through thick and thin. For a long time. And I hope everyone will.
Oh, well, like.
Well, we have a few more stories. Chad thought of a couple. That he wanted to tell. We were trying to think of Well, your grandkids started asking me questions on the way going home. I've been riding around with her grandkids for like the last week, up and down the road, and so we got to telling stories. And where are the kids anyway? They're all hiding. They're all hiding, but they came up with some pretty good ones. But their favorite one was the fact that their grandmother's truck has it has a tendency to, every time it sees a Dairy Queen, to whip in there. Because she likes ice cream at Dairy Queen. So the kids, that was one of their favorite things about their grandmother was her Dairy
They
Queen.
believed it too, Paul, when they were little. And I'd say, man, I can't hold this truck anymore. It's so
But they liked it too. That usually means they got Dairy Queen too at the same time. So they liked that. And they had another story that they wanted to tell on you, but I told them that they couldn't tell that when it was a little.
Oh, no, I
There
never.
were a couple of them they wanted to tell, but I couldn't let them. But Chad said he had a couple.
Oh, you all talk about Grandpa being a disciplinarian. That's about where my stories come from. And I was always the one that wasn't ever doing anything wrong. You got
Oh, boy, you're gonna make them believe that?
There's too many of us that know better.
The problem with me was I think I got this, too many genes from her. But she'd come in there and get after me with fly swatter or whatever it was. I remember one time the dang plastic end of the fly swatter come off. All she had left was wire. And I couldn't cry either. I was laughing so dang hard, just looking at the look on her face. The one story that sticks in my mind, and I don't know why, is I think it was back in '76. We got so much snow that one time. Our house was being remodeled, and Paula was always a glutton for punishment. So. And easy one, well, I could outrun Paula. That's the main reason I always played like pranks on her. Well, it snowed, and Mom thought it'd be fun to make some, I don't know, some ice cream, slush, whatever out of the snow, right? Well, I figured I needed to get a little bit more creative with it. I remember the kitchen and everything was torn up. We had a card table set right up there at the front door. And I went out and got this snow and put it in these little bowls. One for Hope, one for myself, and one for Paula. I think I even got Mom one. I don't think she ever got to try it. But I figured I'd be creative and pull one on Paula and took some of that hot sauce and knocked hers up a little bit. Meanwhile, we had just got through with breakfast right out there. And Paula bit into hers and immediately started screaming. She didn't even asked to see who did what. She was just so mad. First thing she reached for, she grabbed with this stainless steel butter dish. I remember she grabbed this thing, and she saw I was leaving. So she caught me on the way. I remember she hit me in the head with that thing. And, as far as vivid memories of her disciplinary actions, that's one of them right there, I guarantee.
I bet you never forgot it either, did you?
But did you learn your lesson? No, they put hot sauce on my one hand.
What him and Hope used to do to Paul. Paul had to wear it with
She
paint.
did. That's the
And she
thing on
would
the
leave
counter.
it laying on the counter. And they they would fill it with hot sauce all the time.
That's nasty.
Every chance they did it. So that was the end of the straw, was the day that he put it on her smoke.
Hey, Chad,
She quit leaving that damn thing on the counter.
remember the time when she had enough to tell you to put a crash helmet on? You were, yeah.
The shotgun?
Yeah.
Chad,
You got a shotgun, she gonna blow her motorcycle up.
he comes outside with that 12 gauge
16
bolt action,
gauge.
16 gauge bolt action shotgun. He's on his enduro dirt bike with it all ripped up. No helmet. She's already told him 2 or 3 times that he put his helmet on. And she said, if you don't get off that thing, I'm gonna blow it up. She puts chambers of shell and your eyes about this big. Don't get off that thing. She meant it too. She was mad.
Saved its life. I hurried up and got in the garage and stood in front of it.
One of my favorite ones, and most of y'all probably don't know this, is when Mom would get tired of hearing Mom, Mama, Mommy. On Saturdays, every Saturday, she would change her name. And so she would only answer to like Matilda, Ernestina, Shaniqua, whatever she could think of. And if we needed something, and then you'd forget because she did this to us all the time. She'd change her name and she would not answer to Mom, Mama, Mommy, nothing. And we'd go, okay, now what was it? Was it Amanda this week or was it Amanda? And it was always something off the wall. And so she
I didn't know you did that.
yeah.
I was usually the lucky one that always remembered what it was, because every Saturday I'd buy for her. We'd go to LaGrange, go to the grocery store and stuff. And I'd be able to ask her a couple of times what her name was, and they'd try to pry it out of me. By the time we got home, I forgot what it was.
Yeah, and she would not answer to anything except that name. That was,
Well, when you hear Mama about 150 times a day, sometimes you get to be
Well, that was really good, Mary.
Yeah, that's very creative.
yeah, it was creative. Well, this was, I guess, more just laughing some of the things that Mom did over the years. Well, one year, it was my birthday, and I guess I was like a teenager, and the whole day had gone by, and man, they hadn't done anything. Didn't bake me a cake. They hadn't said happy birthday. Nothing. And I thought they were all joking around. They actually forgot my birthday that year. My own mother forgot my birthday. Oh, you're so scarred for life.
How
old was she when she forgot?
No, I mean, that was 18. I remember that.
You think that bad? You should have seen that afternoons when I'm coming home from work, and they'd call me and say, Mom, pick me up to school. I'm going along, I got a million things of mine, and there goes Paula. I don't see her, she's out there. All the way home. I said, oh my Lord, I forgot the kids again.
She actually left me at the livestock show and rodeo one night in Weimar. They were having the stock show and rodeo, and it was when you were still married to Bob. And yeah, they both got home and realized that they didn't have me, and so I had walked to Jude and Steve's by then and figured out everybody had forgotten me. But
I did get over her a couple of times myself.
All I think it probably did it on purpose.
That's a possibility. I was not the bad kid.
I was gonna say, I thought you were the good kid. You're the one that they want to take home.
Most of the time, but not always.
Well, I never said I was perfect. I told you kids, I never said I was a perfect mother.
No. I guess you guys that are mothers, probably the worst torture, though, and punishment is when your mother makes you go out and cut your own switch. And you go out and cut one, and you think, okay, I'm going to get one that's half dead, so when she hits me with it, it's not going to hurt somebody. She get that thing back and go, no, that ain't going to work. She makes us go back out. That's not pleasant. Cut it right the first time.
I know where she got that too, because I remember that little mimosa tree. Grandpa told me not to climb in. That's like giving me a ticket. I remember he whipped my butt with that thing. Oh, God. That was bad.
That wasn't all. Then he brought the switch in. He told me what he had done about it. He broke your mother's favorite tree, a limb off of that tree. He said, now what are you going to do about it?
And hurts me bad.
I said, well, Dad, you wanna get it?
I already got mine.
Mary has a thing about spoons and racing straps. But years ago, Mary hid Dad's racing strap down in the
Hid it
well.
from him?
Oh, yeah.
Hid it in the well, and all of us swore down, we didn't know where it was.
Well, you didn't.
You were lying about
I didn't tell y'all for about 3 or 4 years, but he couldn't find
We
that
never
racing
found
strap.
the thing again. We never got it. Didn't have to go through that.
I hid it up there in the rafters, on one of them rafters upstairs. But he used to give these kids that
I
was
thought you
me.
put it down in the well.
No, I had it underneath one of the rafters, but I never could find it again. It was a racing strap about this long, and it had a wire on the end of
That's
it.
why it's hard to
Hold on,
break
tell
it.
us younger people what a razor strap is.
You all got to have a straight edge razor that they shave with. And he would sit there and sharpen that thing up before he shaved himself. But he also used to whip every one of us.
So this is what you sharpen the razor on, it's the strap.
Right. Leather strap about this wide and had a wire on the end of it. That's all I'm get up there. And every one of us got, I don't know how many straps, we got our butts torn up. So finally I said, and they all talked about, boy, we just do something else for a big man. Finally I
So
said,
you stepped in and took care of
one
it.
day, I don't know where everybody was, but I took that sucker and I went up there in the loft up there and I hid it under one of the ladders. And of course, I never told any of them that I did it for a long time. It was about 30 years before I ever told them. Because I figured one of them would break and squill on me and then it would really be bad.
Really bad.
Well, I can't tell you that because you kept pestering me.
So you went and got it?
Yeah. Well, I do want to say one thing about my mom. When we played sports, you know, Mom was a single mom many years, and Hope and I played basketball for like 4 years. We both were cheerleaders. We were both in the band, and there were a lot of mothers that worked at home and didn't have jobs. But my mom was always at our games. She went to all of our games. She drove back and forth from Austin to see Chad play. And when we were running track, you could always see Mom up in the stand. She'd have this big old goofy looking floppy hat on her head. She had a red and white checkered Purina one, and she had a blue one. But you always had my mom.
I lost it, but I could.
Yeah. So,
That's okay, it comes out in the hot sun without a hat on.
I just remember how much, you know, now I look back on it, the sacrifices that Mom made to be there for us, because there were a lot of parents who, you know, were just moms and they didn't work and be a mom too, or a dad, and Mom was always there for us, and so that meant a lot.
Very good.
But I do make a cake, but y'all have to eat it after dinner tonight. Okay, okay, no.
Must be nice. It must be nice. You want hamburgers?
At least this time, my darn didn't do a darn thing. The lady who's responsible for that, there are really two of them. The one in particular who's done all the work is Mary, and she deserves all the credit for this thing. I believe, I haven't been here the whole time, but as long as I've been here, I think this is a great place. It's private, and you know, there's things for the kids to do and whatever, and I think it's a good setup. I think everybody's enjoyed this meeting room, and Mary, we appreciate you finding this. And
You have to
Give
the
yeah, Ralph came up
and
with it,
Norma
really.
reminded me of this place.
Yeah, but I think you did most of the work, so
He did work.
we appreciate it, Mary. Thank you very much.
Larry, do we have a register?
No. We have the sign-in thing that everybody did for the address book or cell phones and all that. I guess we'd go off of that. Rhonda, would you mind counting up and see? We figured
I don't think everybody signed.
if everybody's not on there, maybe they could.
I wrote the name down.
That was that's.
What we figured out, y'all, is $3 a hamburger. So for every hamburger that your family ate, just put in $3 in the kitty, and that should cover all our expenses for the meal. And as far as I know, that'll do it. I hope it does. If that doesn't everything, you take care of the rest of it. But I think $3 ought to do it for each hamburger. Okay. So I guess we'll get. Do we have anybody wear a hat anymore? Pass a hat around. Kevin, you need your hat.
Bill won't take anything for it, you guys. That was something he wanted to do for the reunion.
What we gonna do? Donate for the meat and stuff?
Well, I asked about that.
Kevin, Billy won't take anything. I mean, you can try to.
Well, Chad bought all the hamburger meat.
Well,
we're doing that.
that's what he figured out. If y'all pay $3 for each one of your kids' meal and yourself, that should cover the lettuce and the tomatoes. Didn't cost anything to come out of the garden. And, how much is it, Mary? $3.
That should do this.
You think that should cover it?
Okay, we'll kind of get this going around. Get that going. You think any money? There's some in there.
I'll tell you what I did. I put $20 in there. I know some people they may not have as much money or whatever. I don't care if I paid over. It's fine to take up some money. And that's the way I like it.
Okay. Now while that's going on, we want to talk about what do you need to change? Sure. Last year we did something that kind of started, and I hope we can start a tradition on it. And that is for each member of their family to talk about what's going on with their family or everything. And I think we're especially blessed to have Kurt here. Where's Kim? Kurt can relay what's going on with his family. I don't know that there was anybody here last year to do that, so we feel good about that. Yes, everybody through there. I can get back. So what I'd like to do is start it off, and then with the oldest, one of the 7 starting out, talking about that. Whoever in the family wants to talk and whatever about what's going on. You know, where you're living, where are you going to school, if you got kids in college, or any special things that went on this past year in your family. So, Dad, would you start it out, Dad, Mom?
We live in Hilltop Lake and have 3 children.
I have.
Larry, his family lives in Texarkana, and one daughter has just started college, and the other's a sophomore in high school.
Andrea.
Lauren's not here. She's at work. Then Brenda lives in.
Speak up, everybody can hear you.
I'm speaking of.
I think you can. All right.
Brenda lives in Dallas. She's married, remarried since last time I spoke of it. Her name is now Brenda Collard, but that's as far as we know. And the 3rd member of the family is Bart, and his wife Ariel here, and 2 sons, Nicholas and Noah. And they live with us. We have a duplex, and they live with us there at Hilltop Lakes. Bart's employed putting in sprinkler systems all over the hill, and Ariel's employed in Bryant. And Bryant. She's been working with a company, I think it makes parts or something for offshore rigs. Is that right? I guess that's about all we
I guess that's pretty well wrapped it up for us. So, let's see, Doris's family.
Nobody's here. Oh, yeah,
Susan.
Susan, I'm sorry. Oh, I forgot to say.
Everybody's doing fine. Mother's still in the nursing home, pretty much the same condition. Daddy's at home taking care of the house and the yard and everything. He's doing fine. He's going to be 90 this month.
We need to all remember to sign Joel a card. He'll be 90 years old on the 28th.
I meant to bring one down.
And Steve said to tell everybody hello. He would have liked to have been here, but he had a real hectic schedule being away at camp this week. And couldn't make it. And, I don't know. All my kids are doing fine. Austin's here with us, so.
We're all your daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in Joni's in Garland and works for a group of surgeons and is going to nursing school and just bought her house last year. Lisa's working for the container and in the executive offices and loves that. And AJ's still going to college and working. He still lives at home. Staying busy all the time.
He eats all our food.
Eats all our food all the time.
What year in college is he now? Sophomore or?
Well, he'll finish up his automotive technician stuff this back this summer. But he's actually he's more interested in life insurance and securities and financial industry. So.
And Mike?
And Mike, I saw last weekend, he's doing fine. He's keeping busy with his properties and things he's doing in San Augustine, so.
What about John? Did he do any good?
No. I had to bring him along and keep him right there, just to keep him in line. No, he's been fine.
Thanks, Susan. Appreciate that.
I don't know
Well, it's good to have you.
what kind of stuff we're talking
What
about.
about Jim?
About your family, just the one daughter?
Yeah, I have a girl and 2 boys, 8, 6 and 2.
Okay.
And we just bought my parents' property from them. They're liquidating all of their assets so that my mother can travel with Daddy out of the country, if he can still go after his heart attack. But, thank you.
And your
What
mom
about
is.
Jim? What about Jim? Where's she at?
Teeny.
Teeny. Teeny was supposed to be here this weekend.
Yeah, she's supposed to be. She probably didn't come because Grandma and Grandpa didn't leave. But, yeah, her and her daughter Cameron are living in 3 Rivers. I think she works for either a doctor or a dentist.
In 3 Rivers?
I believe, last summer.
That's not what Tricia told me. Tricia said she's living,
Last time I heard, she was in Corsicana.
yeah, she's way
This
north.
is a Kansas.
Last
No,
I
she
heard
must
she was
have
in
moved.
Malakoff, but she may be in 3 Rivers now.
Yeah, no.
Heard? Have you heard anything? You were down there with them last weekend.
They're where it's close to Tyler,
Yeah.
outside of Tyler.
That's what Tricia
Or
told me.
Malakoff.
Malakoff, that's it. I couldn't think of that name. Malakoff.
Well, y'all are.
Up on you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we're really happy to have you here. Good to see you.
Yeah, next time I'll try and bring my husband.
Great, great.
We'll break him in right.
He's not a very sociable person. He's, he likes to sit by himself in a crowd and ignore people.
We got some here.
You saw my Billy, that's what he likes to do, that's why he likes to cook. He gets over there by himself, so. I'll just let him do his thing.
Well then.
We do get to eat pretty good.
The rest of us take after, your dad a little bit. He's shy,
Oh, yeah. My dad, if he's not going to be shy with you, then you have to watch your back. Snotty hair or something.
That's the last thing you can say about his client.
All right, thank you.
But when you talk to Dwayne, you tell him we really have missed you.
Yeah.
Well, he should be coming
It'll
on
end the boat.
Tuesday.
Thankful that
They were planning on coming too.
Yeah, I know.
All right, who's next? Ralph?
We told our story earlier.
Oh, that's gone. No, you talk about getting married and all that. What about your grandkids?
They give us a good one.
Okay.
Sorry you missed it.
They're all right. I missed it, so. Yeah.
Do you wanna hear it again, Ray?
No, I heard some of it already anyway.
Well, Mary's the next one.
Okay, Mary.
Oh, well, you saw on my crew. Let's let Chad give a report on the families.
Okay.
Y'all got a couple hours?
Rhonda, you take over.
I grocery shopped for him because last year he said, well, get the food.
Yeah.
We did.
Delegating is a nice thing. Yeah. No, pretty much the whole crew's here. Ron and I, we got both of the boys here. Everybody's seen them fly by once or twice. We're sports free for a month or so, thank God. They've both been in baseball and whatnot. Football kicks off here beginning of August, and baseball. So we'll be going 2 different directions with that. Logan's going to jump into junior high. That's going to be an experience for us. But everybody kind of noticed I gained a little bit of weight, but I switched jobs about a year ago and don't get to make it to the gym like I used to.
I didn't notice it at all.
We've been trying to convince Paula she needs to move closer to where the food is in Austin, but she's enjoying herself down in Kingsville. Matter of fact, she's still trying to buy a house down there. She can tell you all about that. Mom just turned 70. Wow.
I did not. The 14th.
This month.
Well, I'm not there yet.
You got to burn another few days to make it official.
Yes.
You better hang on as tight as you can, because it's going to
Right,
slip right
I
up on you.
Shoot, I'm gonna kick the bucket tomorrow.
You've seen Taylor and Hunter. They're both here this weekend. Hope too. Taylor just turned 16. So and Hunter, Lord have mercy, he's tall as I am, right? We took the crew out to Disney World last month. That was a pretty good time. Spent about 5 days out there. But other than that, it's just been busy. One thing I would like to say though is, it seems every year this reunion dwindles down and dwindles down. For most part, you see the same faces every year. I have to work. Yeah, that works on a couple occasions, but Ewald reunion, the date is generally planned at least 8 months in advance. As far as I'm concerned, working is no excuse. We need to pressure everyone into showing up, get involved. These reunions, y'all two showed up, man. That was great. I hadn't seen y'all. Last time I saw y'all was at the reunion we had at our house in Dubina. That's a long time ago. We missed one, and I felt guilty for that. But for the most part, people need to really think about this and see how important it is, especially for all the kids now. You know, I mean, I don't know, it's powerful.
Well, Taylor and Hunter had only a couple of options of things that they could do this summer, and this is one of the things that they picked that they could do. So it was important to them to be here. So.
And then like Ron and Chancellor Boyd, whenever they had asked him what he wanted to do for vacation, what Logan tell y'all?
Family reunion.
So they have a good time with their cousins when they all get together.
Guys, I'm serious. You know, the friendships that are built, Austin's outgrown Logan just a little bit, but he just thinks the world of it. He counts the months until the family reunion so he can see him again. hold people accountable to get here. Get the numbers up. This is pathetic. I will say that right now with the numbers that we have the last 2 years in a row.
I nominate you.
I don't even have time to call parents to get kids out to play football. I'm the senior commissioner for the football league. Hey, no, I'm gonna hold family members accountable. Get the people to the reunion. You know about the date a year in advance. Time flies.
Well, the main thing I have to say, when I probably sent the letters out too soon. Maybe, next year we'll wait about 3 more months before we send them out. So everybody, if you would, attach them to your calendars. Flip the calendar over and staple it to it.
Can you get them on TV?
There you go. Yeah, get them on. Harold, we thought about renting that plane with that long deal and flying by and getting everybody. But the price of fuel today, we couldn't do it.
Well, that's why our girls don't show up.
Yeah. Oh, I understand a lot of that.
An arm and a leg to get.
Oh,
yeah. Well, we understand that, but we're talking about all these people in the state of Texas,
Yeah.
And we have kind of moved things around different locations, trying to, make it more available.
Well, let's do this, y'all. We have another phase that we can go into this if we want to go into it further, but let's go ahead and get everybody's thing in and then we'll talk about it. So the things we do to make it more appealing. Maybe that's one way to do it. So.
Well, I think this has been one of the most enjoyable we've had. We've had all this room, we've had.
We're gonna talk about it later.
I'm gonna let Kevin speak for his family and then Jennifer hers, and then I'll speak for Norma.
Okay.
Well, all my family's just fine, everybody's healthy. And I thank God for that every day. And I thank God for every one of you out there. And I'm again too. I'm glad I come here again. And I'm having a hard time because I keep thinking about, oh, she's not here.
But you are the only one, Kevin.
I miss my cousin.